Hello, welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about Dune, House Atreides. I don't know how to pronounce that really, alright? Does anybody? But, named after, what? Atreus, right? Atreus? Anyway, Greek hero, issue number 2. Now, I'm going to spend some time just looking here at the cover, okay? You're like, why are you going to look at the cover? Look how symmetrical it is. It is very symmetrical, but there's some imperfections, and those kind of bother me. You look here, her face is pretty perfectly mirrored, the robe pretty perfectly mirrored, and as you go down, the book is slightly off. This side and that side are not the same. You follow down her robe, this and that aren't the same, like, width. She's symmetric. It's like one of those, I forget the name of that naturalist. He did all those paintings of, like, jellyfish and corals and stuff, and they were all weirdly perfectly symmetrical. And this is a lot like that, but it's slightly off in places, like here versus here. So you've got those slight imperfections, and they're a little bit unsettling once you start seeing them. So don't stare at the cover for too long. I'm not sure if those imperfections are meant to reflect anything like the flaws in the Bene Gesserit's plans or things like that, but they might be. Now, when we start off, we get here to Kynes, Liet Kynes, and he is visiting the Baron Harkonnen. Right there, you can see him on his throne. He's not the flying fat man yet. He's just a big dude who is kind of older, and he runs House Harkonnen. He is the man. And he's like, yes, as long as you stay out of the way, you can do whatever you want, Kynes. Kynes is like, yes, I have my own stuff. And he's like, hey, my nephew Raban is totally going to go kill a sandworm. Why don't you join the party? And he does. And the hunt goes off in what I can only describe as very Harkonnen way. You drop a dude with a thumper and some bombs, and you're like, you better set all this stuff up. And then you just stand back and watch him. So Raban is a jerk, like from the get-go. Raban is just totally being a jerk. He has that same callous disregard for human life, that cruel impulse that the Harkonnens and all the rest of the stories have. So it feels very true to them. And Kynes is just like, man, I'm going to get to watch this. He doesn't care. He's here to unravel a mystery. After the hunt happens, we skip over to some Bene Gesserit scheming. Naturally, it's Dune. You can't have anything in the universe that doesn't involve, like, a Reverend Mother scheming, because that's what they do. They've spent thousands of years scheming. They're going to spend thousands more scheming. And then other Reverend Mothers from beyond space will come back and also spend time scheming. It's all scheming. Wheels within wheels, plans within plans. That's one of the phrases they keep using. And they're in here, man. They're in here. Look at her face. She's like, yes, I love it when a plan comes together. The Kwisatz Haderach. They're all like trying to figure out, the bloodlines, and they're just like, oh, we're just like 2 generations away. Then we cut to Giedi Prime, where Duncan Idaho, the guy, the man, the dude himself, and he's running. He is running. He's trying to escape Giedi Prime because the Harkonnens are hunting him. And it's a pretty thrilling little hunt. I'm not going to flip through it. I'm not going to show you the pages. You have to trust me. But it's pretty good. There's one more plot segment towards the end of the book. We're not even going to talk about it. We've kind of got enough spoilers going on here. It's hard to talk about some of this stuff without spoiling parts of it because the enjoyment is tied so strongly into what's happening. The art's fantastic. I know I haven't showed you the worm. We're going to show you the worm. Now, keep in mind, my first brush with Dune was the David Lynch movie on like a Saturday afternoon matinee thing or something on TNT in like 1988 or 89 when I was a kid. So my conceptions, when I close my eyes and I see things in Dune, I see those characters, those actors, those locations, those props. Like I see it like that. And so when I say that sandworm looks pretty good, know that I really do think that sandworm looks pretty good. It's a little different from the David Lynch one. It doesn't have the, the like grippy teeth things or whatever. But it still looks recognizably like a giant deadly sandworm. Very, very cool looking. Very satisfying looking now that I'm getting to see it. I'm just loving this series, by the way. Like, this is A plus material. Would read again. Now, it's not Frank Lynch's. I'm sorry, Frank Lynch. Frank Herbert. There we go. It's not Frank Herbert's Dune. His son and Kevin J. Anderson kind of took it off in a different direction with all of their material from like what the original core was like. But at the same time, this kind of fills in some of the gaps. It shows you where things started, how the wheels of the TV show, or not TV show, the movie of the main book, the series of books got their start, got rolling right here. Pretty cool stuff. You all have a great day, great night, great whatever you got going on. Sure hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye bye.